Hey, this is Keith Tobias, and this is
Marshall White
from BONA Fitness. And today we're going to talk about something we get asked a lot. You know, how much should I bench press? The question we get. How much should I deadlift? How much should I power clean? How much should I squat? It's a question that both of us get asked a lot, you know, because of my history and because of his presence. So we're going to name a couple people that we know that are super strong, that kind of makes our perception a little bit twisted. Mark Henry, we both know him.
Sure, of course.
Strongest natural man in the world. One of the only guys I know that break a bar squatting. I've seen Mark deadlift 940, I think in 98 when we were in Chicago at Nationals. I think he deadlifted 940 at 370. Big dude, big deadlift. Big deadlift. Who's strong by you?
I mean, I've competed with some of the, I am one of the strongest in the world, so I've competed. Zydrunas Savickas.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, just in case you didn't know. You better ask somebody. Zydrunas Savickas right now is what largely considered to be the strongest man that's ever lived. 935 for a double raw squat. I mean, there's lots of guys. Derek Kendall right now, 500-pound seated press, 800-pound front squat. There's quite a few people out there right now that are just pushing some really big numbers.
Super strong. I'm gonna say all the guys that I talk about today are natural athletes, and so I'm gonna say that on my end. Mark Henry, one of my favorite guys to talk about is a guy named Larry Bolden. When Larry was in college, Larry lifted at 123. That's more than most of our women, or less than most of our women weigh. And Larry deadlifted 463 at 123. That's big. That's big. I mean, that's no wasted space on your body. That's a super strong guy. So our perceptions are a little bit twisted when we start talking about that. Strong people, who else would we name?
I mean, if we're looking at getting into Olympic style weightlifting as well, you're looking at Naim Suleimanoglu, who was defected out of Turkey and lifter for Belarus, and he actually is only one of two men in history to triple bodyweight snatch. So he had a 60-kilo bodyweight and snatched 180 kilos.
That's a beast. What's 180 kilos?
402.
It's a beast.
Yeah, it's a beast. Very impressive.
So our perceptions are a little bit twisted. You know, this week I had a client named Wes Hines asked him, Keith, you know, he sent me actually a list of 165-pound lifters, and quote unquote, these were the lifts that were appropriate for the weight class.
Of course.
First thing you and I are gonna say is that 165 class is twisted. Pound for pound, those are some of the strongest guys lifting because most of the time they're short, wide body. Which I'm gonna shout out to a good friend of mine, Eric Fomby, a part of the original team, BONA powerlifting team. In college, Eric deadlifted 623 at 165, which was a good lift for a college student at the time. I deadlifted 650 at 180, which was a collegiate national record for a long time. Another one of my good buddies, Big DJ Jenkins, at 265 or 275, I guess is the weight class, deadlifted right at 700. So a lot of our friends are twisted. Waylon Harrison deadlifted 740 at the age of 18 at 242. So we know a lot of super strong guys. So our perception is a little bit twisted. But my rule on deadlifts, man, Marshall and I had an argument about this the other day, because Marshall deadlifted 870 the other day. What'd you deadlift?
Yeah, well, 860.
860. Here's my first rule, 860. Marshall and I start fighting, videotape that, it's gonna go viral. But my rule on deadlift is triple your body weight. I would say everybody, triple your body weight, which is a big deal.
That's highly unfair to me if you're a super heavyweight, because that puts me well over 900.
900-pound deadlift. And Marshall's a beast, he's strong. And we jokingly laugh, but you start looking at those big deadlifts, you know. Joe Hood, I'm gonna shout out to Joe Hood, who probably still holds most of the natural deadlift records in the state of Texas. Joe lifted at 242, deadlifted 750 something, whatever the kilos are, which is big. Which, you know, my whole goal with powerlifting was I'm gonna break the 220 deadlift records and I'm gonna retire. I actually retired before I broke the records. I never did break them. I think I deadlifted 730 at 220, which was a pretty big deadlift. But still not triple my body weight. Oh yeah, it is triple my body weight.
That's triple,
my body weight. Which is a big deadlift for big guys. And the only big guy I actually know that does that we know, probably is Mark.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
In the U.S. anyway, probably.
No, I know like one or two others. Yeah, maybe.
Real rare. But that's a good number for you to shoot for. Triple your body weight in deadlift. Bench press. I'm not a big bencher. You're not a big bencher. My usual rule is double your body weight, though.
Double your body weight.
It's a good bench.
But that would put me in, if I were to bench double my body weight, I would be an elite level bench presser.
You'd be the best of the best. Yeah. And you know, and those are the numbers you start trying to shoot for. So when I told my client today, you know, the numbers I give you, if you get it between 85 and 100% of the numbers that we're giving, you're probably doing pretty good. Right. But most bench pressers have short arms, you know, they're barrel chested, they don't move the bar very far. A guy we used to live with named Colin Rose, we used to call him Pooh Bear. I guess Colin benched, Colin, if I'm wrong, I apologize, 570 at 242. But we measured it, he benched 4 inches. I mean, that's how,
Yeah.
you know, he didn't have to go very far.
Yeah.
But, you know, take guys with long arms, we bench, you know, depends on how you bench, it's a big deal. But double your body weight's a good gauge. Squat.
Yeah, I mean, usually the triple your body weight's a good gauge on that one as well. But again, the problem is that the heavier you are, the less ratios work out for you.
Right.
So from a ratio standpoint, Keith's best deadlift is what?
740.
740. My best pull is 880. From a ratio standpoint, he's significantly stronger than me. In reality, he's not, because I'm awesome. But so the heavier you get,
Because I'm old. Let's talk about the truth of the matter. I'm freaking old. But I got one more in me. It's coming. I promise. It's the bench.
So that there again, that's why it's so important to try to keep your body weight down while trying to get stronger.
That's right.
Don't overblow that body weight while trying to get stronger, because that puts your ratios need to be way higher at that point.
Exactly. And I think the only lift that matters weight-wise is the bench press. You start talking a lot of guys who bench a lot of weight. When you start getting fat, you know, Marshall and I try to stay lean. Marshall's a 300-pound lean guy. Marshall's probably one of the leanest 300-pound guys I know. Mark, I'm sorry, but that's the reality of it. Is that that's really the only lift that I think really affects your weight. But when you start, it's hard to deadlift fat because you got to get down on the bar. You have a belt on now. All that before you lift off the floor, all the negative energy has to go into other things other than the bar off the floor. So if you have a big fat belly, when you go to push off the deadlift bar and you got a belt on, you're not going to move it till you cut through the fat to get to the muscle before the weight goes up. So those are the things you kind of need to think about when you start talking about pound for pound being the strongest in the house.
Yeah,
which I think that's important. Power clean.
Oof. Yeah. The best power cleaners in the world right now are actually not the super heavies. They end up being the 105 kilos, so 231 pounds. I feel like anything with the Olympic lifts, if you can snatch your body weight and power clean about 1.5 times, I think you're doing amazing.
I agree. I totally agree. Especially with the power clean. That's always my number. I tell everybody, you know, 1.5 times. And then, you know, there's not a whole lot of people snatching in our facility.
No. Yeah.
We do some things with it, just the overhead movements. You know, a lot of other things playing into effect. You know, shoulder stability, hip flexion,
room if you drop
it, all that kind of good stuff plays in effect. But set your personal goals when it comes time for deciding how strong you need to be. You know, set your own parameters. Older guys, you know, I have a buddy just came out of retirement the other day in powerlifting and was trying to encourage all of us to come out of retirement. Just be smart. You can't lift what you used to lift. Your recovery time is really what changes the most. You know, I think this time is the first time you competed with all massages. What difference did it make?
Huge, yeah, massive, obviously. And like you're saying, the recovery is really important. And as I've gotten older, I've been a pro strongman for almost 10 years now. When I first started, I could train 11 times a week. Then it went down to 5, and now I train 2, maybe 3 times a week maximum.
And how much does that change your outcome?
My outcome has been better now. Yeah.
And that's what I usually find happens. And the majority of people in the gym overtrain.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and some of it's because we're OCD. We can't stand not being in here. We feel like we're losing when we're not in here. And I always say, think about some of the strongest guys we know when we're playing football and doing some other things. You know, we only lifted weights like 2 times a week hard.
Maybe,
the rest of it, we were running, making contact, doing stuff like that. Most people spend too much time in here.
Sure.
And we appreciate that, but really, that when it comes to moving that kind of weight, those big weights, you have to recover. Recovery is where you grow.
Right.
You know, you have to rest well. You know, are you sleeping 8 hours plus? Are you reaching REM sleep? Those are the things you got to figure out. Are your muscles totally recovered when you come back in the gym? Most of the time, most of us train at 85% of who we are.
Sure.
And it's hard. I think one of the most difficult parts about competing in strong stuff, strongman, powerlifting, whatever you choose to do, is what do you do the week of?
Yeah, nothing.
You rest.
Nothing.
And that's the freakiest thing ever. For 1 week, you don't do anything. Get massages, rest, make sure you're healed up, and then get to the competition and have to go do your warm-ups, and you're freaked out. I hadn't touched a squat in a week. I hadn't touched anything. And every time, you know, you get through your warm-ups, like, shoot, I am strong as hell. I'm as strong as I've been all month because you're 100%. So, you know, start figuring that out. I think that's important.
I always do make the statement that muscle is not built in the gym. And a lot of people are really obsessed with that. They think that they are building muscle when they're here, but they're not. You're actually breaking muscle here. And that's kind of the point. You're breaking it down here and you're building it in your nutrition, sleep, supplements, massage, all that different sort of thing.
Which is a great way to put it, and I actually never heard of that put, but that is 100% the truth. You come here to break things down. You know, good things happen in the kitchen, good things happen at rest. That's when you grow and you recover. My name's Keith Scruggs, Keith Tobias Scruggs.
Marshall White.
We're here at BONA Fitness. We're changing things. We're starting an epidemic of good health here, and we hope that you can use us as a gauge in your future endeavors to be strong, to look good. In our case, both.
That's right. Pretty and strong.
Visit our website at bonafitness.com. Thanks.